Hello, and thank you for joining me today as we are going to be discussing ParentVUE for parents that have students currently enrolled within GRPS. Within this video, I'm hoping you gain a better understanding of your ParentVUE portal and how to navigate through it. The topics we will be covering today in regards to ParentVUE are how to access ParentVUE via the web, which you can do on a computer or via your phone. We will be discussing logging into ParentVUE and how to reset a password. We'll discuss basic navigation of ParentVUE, and finally, we will cover the information that's available to you on ParentVUE. To get started in accessing ParentVUE, you're going to want to open a web browser, whether that be on your computer or on your phone. For today's video, I will be using a computer and I'll be using Google Chrome. Once you have a web browser window open, please go to the main GRPS website by typing in grps.org in your URL bar. From there, please click Enter. Once you've come to the Grand Rapids Public Schools main webpage, if you scroll down underneath the main pictures, you'll see a Welcome to Grand Rapids Public Schools, and you'll see a couple different topics and headers right along this ribbon. We're going to click on the ParentVUE and StudentVUE icon. You'll come to this page where you have the option to select if you are a parent or a student. You will want to click I am a parent. Then you'll be brought to the ParentVUE login screen. Here you'll want to input your username and password to then click Login. If you don't know your password, you do have the option to click Forgot Password, where here you can input your email address, and this should be the email address that is attached to your ParentVUE account that exists, where you can then click Send Email. If you don't receive an email or have any issues with accessing and creating a new password, please contact your school building or the Student Data Services Department at 616-819-5678, and we will be happy to assist you in manually resetting your password. If you come to the login screen and you are unsure of your username, please contact the building or the Student Data Services Department, and we can assist you in accessing that username. Once you have your username and password ready to go, you can log into ParentVUE. Please input your username and password and click Login. Once you log into ParentVUE, you should immediately see your students that are currently enrolled at a Grand Rapids Public Schools listed on your screen. If you have a student that is currently enrolled with GRPS and they are not listed, as you see Sam and Stacy here, please contact your building or Student Data Services at 616-819-5678. As we navigate ParentVUE, you'll notice in the upper right-hand corner, we have a couple different options. If you click on My Account, you'll be brought to your specific account information. You should be able to see your name, your home address. If you have a separate mailing address, that will appear here under the mail address, the phone numbers you've indicated. Down at the bottom, you will see a couple of different options here. Please be aware that going paperless does not apply at this time. Currently, GRPS mails all report cards. Here you will see your primary email address listed, as well as any others you have provided through the online registration process. You will also see phone numbers listed, as well as an indication of which is the primary and the type of number that it is. As well, you'll see account access history. You'll be able to see the different times you have logged into ParentVUE, as well as the IP address used to access it. The next option you have in the top right hand is the Help. This will bring you to a screen that lets you know to contact your school office if you need more information or if you're having any trouble accessing ParentVUE and navigating here. Online application and enrollment system. Online registration is used prior to the beginning of each school year. Online registration allows you to not only review information that we have in our student information system, but also provide updates if needed, such as address or phone numbers. The online registration is also used throughout the school year if you have any updates to information. For example, if you're a parent that moves and you need to update your address to the school, you can do that by filling out a new online registration. And within that online registration, you'll be able to go through and fill out a new address. You can then submit that registration to your student's school, where they will be able to review the change and process it through our student information system. You'll notice when you're in the online application and enrollment system, you have a couple of different options now at the top. In order to get back to the ParentVUE screen, we're going to click on ParentVUE. You may get this box that pops up that says Leave Site. We're going to leave. And the last option we have up here is to close. This will close this window of ParentVUE. Down in the lower right-hand corner, you will see the option down here for English. We can use this drop-down to change the language. If you change the language and select other than English, you'll notice that the buttons at the top have changed the name into the correct translation, as well as the different headers on the left-hand side. Now on the left-hand side, the home section is where we're going to see your students listed with their school picture, their student ID number listed here. You'll also see the school that they are enrolled at. And then if there are any messages available to you that are new, you'll see this icon here letting you know that they're there. You can either click on this message to go to it, or on the left-hand side, you'll notice here there is a to icon to let you know you have 2 messages available in Synergy Mail. These messages could get to you via the student's teacher or other staff at your student's building. In my inbox here, I have 2 messages. We'll have a subject line here, and we can see what time it was received. I'm going to click on this first message with the subject, "This is a test." You can see here the name of the staff member that sent it to you, and here you'll see the message. From here, you can click this right arrow to go to the next message, and you can see there's the message, and you'll notice here that the staff member is from the different building because it's regarding Stacy Sample, who attends campus. Next, we're going to move down to the calendar. From the calendar, you'll notice that Monday, December 16th has no events. On this right-hand side, you'll see the December calendar. You'll notice the blue triangle in the upper left corner of December, indicating that's today's date. If you notice, these weeks in December, the last week and the last 2 days are white. If I click on December 23rd, you'll notice this is a non-school day. You'll also notice, as Monday, December 16th is a school day, you can see your student's class schedule. Now, this class schedule is going to be connected to the student that you see listed in the upper left-hand corner. So this is Sam's schedule at Ottawa Hills. Next, we'll move into the attendance option. And again, on this attendance screen, we will be looking at it for Sam because he's the student selected in the upper left-hand corner. From here, you'll notice that we see the current month, and again, highlighted in blue is the current day. We'll have the past month and the future month. We can use this arrow located in the left-hand corner to go back to previous months. You'll notice here you have a key indicating what the different icons on the calendar identify. You'll notice a tardy is a clock with 2 hands located on it. You'll notice in the calendar you can see there is a red circle clock icon with the 2 hands, and if you hover over it, it lets us know that's a tardy unexcused. So that red color with the same tardy icon is indicating a tardy unexcused. And you'll notice on the 12th, it says personal illness. This means a student was out and excused and absent, but it was an excused absence. An unexcused absence will appear with a red box and the white X over top. An activity will appear with a green box and the flag inside. The not scheduled indicates it's a non-school day. So you'll notice for the holiday breaks or times that are non-school days, you'll see that circle with the line through it to indicate a non-school day. If you're unsure of any of the icons, you are able to hover over top of them to give you more information. You also have the capability to click on the day where you notice an absence indicator. When you click on it and you scroll down under attendance detail, you can see the date, you can see the time that the first hour started, art class, and you can see tardy unexcused. I'm going to click on the 12th here for our excused absence day. You'll notice here, you can see there is a note section. So if the building put in a note for that school day, you will see that here. Per the phone call with a parent at 7:30, the student is out sick today. So we can see the excused absence has been input for all hours the student is scheduled and what time the parent called. If you scroll down the screen, since this student is in high school, they have multiple hours. So you'll be able to notice that by each course, it's keeping track of the number of days a student was present, absent, tardy, and whether or not their absences were excused or unexcused. So you're able to hover over each line and look at each class to identify your student's attendance. You'll also notice that on the right-hand side, we have a graph indicating the totals by period. So we can see that first hour, this student has been absent twice. They've been tardy 3 times. And you can identify this all the way through each hour your student is scheduled in. You'll notice here days of attendance, and currently the detail is selected for off. If I click on this to turn the detail on, this will give you a small snapshot of the entire school year for this student. So again, if you highlight over each individual icon, you can identify what's going on. So on September 4th, the student was tardy unexcused to first hour. And the student was marked as a personal illness on September 9th for each hour. If you want to view a different student's attendance, in this upper left-hand corner where we see Sam and his picture, if we click this little arrow right next to Sam's name, we can switch this over to Stacy. Now Stacy attends an elementary school, so she won't have the 6 periods like her sibling does at a high school. We'll notice we have the same calendars. We'll notice we have the same legend available to us regarding what the different icons are that you may see on the calendar. And again, if you hover over them, you will notice that you get what the indicator is telling you. So on the 11th of November, Stacy was marked tardy excused. And if I click on the 11th, indicating the tardy excused, I can see the date, I can see the reason, indicating the student was marked tardy excused. I can see their arrival time, which would be input by the office, and I can see a note that the office would have input. This is indicating the student was late due to car trouble. If I scroll further down and look for the days of attendance, with the detail set to on, you'll be able to get a quick snapshot of all the attendance reasons that have been input for the student thus far this school year. So we can see back in September, the student had a medical dental appointment. We can also see that in October, they had a couple of personal illness days, and if a note was input, that will be available to us here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and flip back to Sam at Ottawa. And I'm going to move on to class schedule over here on the left-hand side. Here you will see the student's class schedule. You'll notice on the right-hand side we have it set to today. You can select to have it set to semester 1, which will give you a quick snapshot of the student's schedule for semester 1, and it will give you the dates of semester 1. And you could also click into semester 2 if that is available to you at the time. For this sample video, it is not. So I'm going to go back to the day option, which is going to give me that student schedule for that specific day. As today is December 16th, it's giving me the schedule for December 16th. Now in the upper left-hand corner, I'm going to switch from Sam to Stacy at campus to view her schedule. And you'll notice here, for an elementary school, you'll have their homeroom with their homeroom teacher, as well as their art, music, and PE. Now, moving down, we're going to continue through on the left-hand side, and we're going to go to course history. The course history screen is used to track a student's graduation requirements. On the screen, you will notice the different subject areas that are required for graduation. And you can hover on the progress bar next to each subject area to identify the number of credits required, the number completed, the number that may be in progress, and what's remaining. For Sam at Ottawa, in our example here, there's currently in progress 0.5 credits, meaning the student is currently scheduled in an English class. When I hover over algebra, you'll notice that 50% of this requirement is already completed, and if I move over and hover over the in progress, there's 0.5 in progress, meaning the student is scheduled in algebra for current semester 1. I can also click on this progress bar and to get more information. So we'll notice we have Algebra 1, they've received their mark, their credit attempted, their credit completed, and down here we can see the in progress class, which again is algebra, the credit we're attempting to earn, which is 0.5, and the credit completed, which is 0 at this time because it is in progress. You'll notice if I hover over the orange part of this chart, it will highlight the Algebra 1 class that is on the student's schedule and in progress. And when I hover over the green side, it will highlight the class that's already been completed. Now to go back to the original course history list we were looking at, we're going to click Dismiss. Now, Sam in my example I have here today is only a freshman, so not much has been completed yet, but as your student progresses through high school, these will continue to get filled in. And down here under Student Course History, the detail is currently off, but you do have the option to turn the detail on. And you can get a quick list of the classes the student has taken, their credits attempted and completed. You'll also have some different filter options along the way to use as your student moves throughout high school. Now, this is a screen that I won't be switching over into Stacy at Elementary because graduation requirements don't apply to elementary school students. This screen will be most useful to those that have students in high school. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the gradebook screen. Now you'll notice with Sam, who is at Ottawa, the gradebook, it says gradebook data not available for this school. If you want to access gradebook information for your student attending a secondary school, which includes a middle school or high school, please do so via Schoology. This will have the most up-to-date information regarding your student's current grades. Now, I'm going to flip over to Stacy, who is attending an elementary school. You'll notice this reads a little different. It says no gradebook information for the student. Gradebook is visible for students in elementary schools if the teacher has input information in the gradebook. This may not be applicable at all schools, as not all elementary teachers use the gradebook. Please be aware of that when accessing the gradebook for your elementary students. Next, we're going to move on to the student info category on the left-hand side. On the student info, you'll notice we are under Stacy, so this is going to be emergency contacts attached to Stacy. We'll see the emergency contact's name. If they have a Y, that indicates that yes, the student can be released to this emergency contact. We can see the relationship of Tony Tiger to Stacy, as well as Tony's phone number. If the student had locker information, that would be listed here under Student Locker. So if I flip this over to Sam, you'll see Sam has Tina Tiger listed as his emergency contact. Tina is indicated as yes. Sam can be released to Tina Tiger. Tina is a neighbor to Sam, and this is Tina's phone number. Also here you'll notice student locker. You'll see that Sam does have a locker assigned to him. It's locker number 1. It's in the senior hallway, and this is his combination. If you look at this information and you notice any of the emergency contact information needs to be updated, you can do that through the online application and enrollment system. You will fill out a new online registration and update or add or remove anything that is necessary. Once you've submitted that new registration to the school and they have reviewed the changes, they'll accept the registration, which will update our student information system. The last tab we have here on the left-hand side is the documents. The Documents tab is where you can view documents that have been uploaded to your student's profile in our student information system and are viewable via ParentVUE. A great example of these types of documents are a student's report card, which gets uploaded every quarter. On the screen, you'll notice we have the upload date of the document, you'll have the document title, and you'll have the document category. You'll notice this is a clickable PDF, and it will open for you on a separate window. And from here, you'll be able to save it or print it. And you'll notice this looks exactly the same for an elementary or a secondary student. Again, we have the upload date, the name of the document, and what type of category that document falls under. Now, on the left-hand side, I'm going to go back to the home screen, where on my home screen, I have my 2 students listed. I hope this video has been helpful in guiding you through ParentVUE and what information you have available to you via the ParentVUE portal. Thank you for your time, and have a great day.